Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now, today's topic isn't the sexiest of topics, I'll give you that. Although it's a very, very important one for us sim racers. And what we're going to talk about today is the penalty system or the penalty systems in some of the simulators. And I'm going to give you my opinion on which one does it best and what my perfect penalty system would look like. Now, as you all probably know, my simulator of choice is iRacing, and iRacing has probably got the worst penalty system of all the simulators with regards to the off-tracks, the contact with other cars, and the slowdown system. In my opinion, none of those work. Now, I did some tests earlier on against the AI in the Porsche Cup at Spa, and I intentionally got a slowdown at the top of Radeon. And no matter which way I tried to get rid of the slowdown, the 1.6 or 1.8 second slowdown turned into about 2.5, 3 seconds, which essentially kills my race. And in real world motorsport, well, that wouldn't happen, especially on your first infraction. So I looked at all the simulators, looked at how they did it. Now, Race Room, I've tried Race Room before, and their penalty system was okay. It had a slowdown system similar to iRacing, but instead of going up and down, you had a set amount of time to slow down. For example, 1.5 seconds, and you could take a tenth off here and a tenth off there until you got rid of that time that you'd gained. But the trouble with the slowdown system is people tend to take them on the racing line going through a series of turns, which is a recipe for disaster for everybody else. So I think the slowdown system should be abolished completely from sim racing. So iRacing is the worst, then it's Race Room, and now I'm going to give you my top 3. So we'll try exactly the same with ACC and see what it does going up the hill. And then we'll try it again when we get to the end of the Kemmel Straight and try and take a bit of a shortcut. See what it does. So ACC is much better than iRacing with regards to penalties. However, there's a couple of... Now ACC is better than iRacing as far as penalties goes. Much better. No stupid slowdowns, which serve no purpose only than to ruin a race and cause carnage. So we'll do the same going up the hill here. So we'll take a bit of a shortcut. What penalty are we going to get? No time gained. Well, we obviously did because we overtook 2 cars.
Clear on the right.
Let's see what happens here. Try and cut this corner, see if we can gain a couple of positions. And we did, yeah, we gained loads there. No time gained.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's strange. No time gained.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Got to gain time there. We overtook him. No time gained. Well, we obviously did.
Car on the left.
Yep. We're gaining time. We've overtook that car. Gained on these. No time gained.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Right. We'll hang it around the outside here. Oh, nearly. But yeah, so we're gaining time. Overtook that car. No time gained.
Car on the right.
3 wide.
Clear on the right.
Obviously gained time there. No time gained. Can we get a bit of time here? No time gained. Right, let's see if we can gain time on the guy in front now. So we're half a second behind. No time gained. Obviously we did.
Car on the left.
Right, so we're level with him now, neck and neck.
Clear on the left.
Yay!
Check limit.
We've got a warning. And we gained 1.3 seconds. Now you're allowed 3 of those warnings before you get a drive-through penalty. That is the only downfall with this penalty system. Apart from the whole lap it's saying that we didn't gain any time. The downfall is that you can do that 3 times before you get a drive-through. So you could probably gain 5-6 seconds on somebody doing that 3 times. Not ideal, is it? So as you can see, ACC is better than iRacing and Race Room because it uses a warning system. Essentially, 3 strikes and you're out. You get 3 warnings, and I think on your 4th warning, you get a drive-through penalty. But as you saw from the footage there, it's super inconsistent. I gained loads of time over the lap, and I don't think I got 1 warning. I got a warning when I was out in front, and I absolutely took the mickey. But I could do that on other 2 occasions before I actually got a drive-through. And ACC does this cool thing where it analyses when you go off track. So if you do start to get a warning, or if you do think you're going to go off track and go wide, you can just let off the gas a little bit and it won't give you a penalty. It will say no time gained. But obviously, it must be a little bit broken because on that lap, I gained loads of time and didn't get anything. Right, Automobilista 2. Automobilista 2 does it much better than iRacing, Race Room, ACC, in my opinion. So we'll do exactly the same. We'll try and gain a bit of time going up Eau Rouge and Radion. And see what it does. It's nice to have an up-to-date version of Spa as well, by the way, with the new grandstand. Right, so we'll try and take it easy, but we'll try and gain a little bit of time here. Don't want to go too crazy because we'll crash. There. So, race control, 26 seconds to return to race position 11. So we gained a position there. That's all we need to do. We'll just slow down, give him that position back. Job done. Job done. Easy as that. And we can continue, and we haven't lost a shed load of time. Now, will it do it if we overtake on the outside of Pouhon? Is it Pouhon? I think it is, isn't it? Try. Go wide. So we're off the track yet. So saying we can't do that. Return to race position 7. There we go. Perfect. Really good. But what if you're in the lead? What does it do if you're already in the lead and you don't need to return the position to somebody else? Give us a track limit warning. 1 of 3. Blimey, get on track. 1 of 3. 3 of those and you get a drive-through. But sometimes it doesn't just give you a warning. It will actually give you an instant drive-through. But let's see what it does at Puon. If we go around the outside, will it give us another warning? Yep, another warning. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Brilliant. Brilliant. So Automobilista 2 is much, much better. When I overtook off the track, it was an illegal pass. I had to give the position back. And it was only when I pushed it that it gave me an immediate drive-through penalty. So my favourite by far is RFactor 2. And I'll try and do a lap or two and I'll try and explain why. So we'll attempt to do exactly the same at the top of Radion. We'll try and gain a little bit of time on these guys at the top. And I'll try and show you what I like about it in comparison to the other ones. So we'll just back off a little bit here. Try and gain a little bit of time up here. Yep, so we overtook him off the track. Illegal pass. So please return the position to R. Van Buren. So we'll return that one to this guy here on my right. There we go. No harm, no foul. We overtook him illegally. We gave the position back where we should. And we're still in the fight. No worse off than what we were if we hadn't gone off track. Come on, boys. Right. So if we can sneak up the inside here. We'll try and... Oh, yeah. So we'll try and get around the outside, down here. What does it do here? Evaluating. I think we're right, yep. Didn't give us a penalty. Oh, sorry. Try the same round here. So this would be a penalty. We're overtaken off the track here. This should be a penalty. There's not much grip though on there, but let's see what it does when we come back on track. Yep, illegal pass. So let's return that position. Just one there. Really good, I like it. And if you go off track, like if you go off track, it evaluates immediately what you're doing. And there's almost like a traffic light system, which I like. So if it's green, I'll try and show you it here. If it's green, so we're passed legally there. It's alright, you can have it back. You see there, evaluating green. If it stays green, we didn't gain any time, so there's no further penalty. But if we go off track, evaluating there, we did gain time, but it didn't penalise us there. Obviously didn't think it was that severe. Same again, look, evaluating. No, we're happy. Good to go. And if it thinks that you've gained a bit of time, when it says evaluating, it will change colour. So it gives you like a split second just to back off a little bit. A bit like what ACC does when it does finally give you a penalty. A bit like what ACC does, where it gives you a split second to react and slow down just so you blimey. AI is ridiculous. It gives you like a split second to react and take a bit of speed off just so you don't get a penalty. Which is good. And if you don't back off, if you do gain time, it will give you a penalty, like a totting up penalty, almost like your incident points on iRacing. Oh, send it there. Sorry, mate. Yeah, so you get a total of 5.0 incident points. And for like a minor infraction, like we'll try and get one. No, none there. We'll try and get one down here. For a minor infraction, it might give you 0.25. See what it does here. When I don't want a penalty, it gives us one. And when I do want one, it won't. Yellow. Yes, there we go. So we've got a warning, so we've got a penalty of 0.25. And that's a totting up penalty all the way to 5.0. And if you get to 5.0, you get a drive-through penalty. See, it's evaluating again there. And another one. So that gives us 0.50 because that was a bit more severe than the other one. So that's on 2 infractions there, 2 incidents where we didn't back off. We've got 0.75. So both of them were slightly different. So we're on the last lap now, so I'll try and really take liberties. And this is why I like RFactor II over the other ones. So the totting up procedure is good, a bit like iRacing. This will probably give us another little penalty. Yep, 0.50, so there, so we're up to 1.25. So you can't have too many of those, and the more you cut, the harsher the penalty. But if we cut it a lot, see it's red. Bang, drive through. It's like, no Dave, you're taking the mickey, can't do that. Have a drive-through. That's why I like the RFactor II penalty system. The totting up procedure, the more you go off track, the more you take liberties, the harsher the penalty becomes. And if you really do take liberties and cut the circuit like we just did, it says, no, we're not even going to bother totting up. You've just got a straight drive-through. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant system. Much, much better than any of the others. Much better. Now, I think you'll agree the way RFactor II does it is the best of them all. It evaluates when you go off track, so if you let off the gas a little bit, the penalty won't be as harsh. The more you go off track, the more time you gain, the harsher the penalty. I don't mind the totting up procedure, I just don't think it should be as much. And as you saw, when we absolutely took the mickey and straight lined the chicane, it was an instant drive-through. So of the current crop of simulators, RFactor II does it way better than anybody else. Now, what would my ideal penalty system look like? Well, for one, I would get rid of off-tracks and I would get rid of car contact penalties. If I need to go off track to avoid a collision, I get penalised for being unsafe for avoiding action. That can't be right. And if I slightly rear-end another car or a car rear-ends me or we bang doors, then I get a penalty for that as well. Well, nobody gets a penalty for that in the real world. Cars make contact all of the time. So I think car contact should be dealt with after the event via a protest. Everybody knows that making contact with another car could potentially cause you aero damage, so nobody really wants to do it, but sometimes it happens. So I don't think there should be any penalties for car contact either. With regarding cutting the track and gaining an advantage, I really like the way RFactor II and Automobilista do it with regards to giving the position back. Brilliant. If you gain a position illegally, give the position back. I don't think there should be any further action. But if you cut the track and gain an advantage where it would give you a penalty, then I think that should be one strike. I think you should be allowed 3 infractions, and then on the 4th one, you get a drive-through, just like they do in most other forms of motorsport. Obey the track limits. If you don't, well, we're watching you. Do it too many times, you're going to get a drive-through. Anything else should be dealt with post-race via the usual channels if you've signed up to a service where there are terms and conditions, codes of conduct that you should adhere to, etc. So that would be my perfect penalty system. Let me know down below in the comments what yours is. But at the moment, RFactor II is as good as it gets, I think, for a penalty system. Like I mentioned at the beginning, this isn't the sexiest topic, but it's a really important one. Essentially, the track limits is an anti-cheat system. It stops people cutting the course, stops people cheating. So if we can get that right, or if the developers can get that right, I think essentially the racing will be better. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. What does your perfect penalty system look like? As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.